Well, just when you thought Justin Trudeau in Canada couldn't sink any lower, they go ahead and prove you wrong once again, introducing a new report. Trudeau's security service has now issued a new report that says Canadians who are opposed to gender ideology are a possible violent threat against Canada. So I'll ask you guys watching right now, do you think it's okay for children to be transitioned, given puberty blockers, have surgeries, to remove their genitals without parental supervision? Parents don't have to know about it. Like, are you okay with that? If so, well, then Trudeau thinks you're a violent threat against Canada. Canadian journalist David Clayton really broke this story wide open in a new piece over at the Post Millennial, which has just gone viral now. David joins us now from Canada. David, once again, just what you think, the Trudeau government couldn't sink any lower. Here they go again. So can you explain exactly what's in this new report? And does Parliament seem like it's going to move forward with sort of addressing any of these concerns in this new intelligence report?
Well, to answer the second question first, I don't believe so. This report has been out since May the 7th. This is the annual report for 2023 from the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, as we call CSIS. This is Canada's CIA, for those viewers who aren't really aware of what CSIS is or does. It's Canada's only intelligence agency. Again, the US has about 18, Canada has 1. So there's a lot of authority vested in this organization. And it's come out with a report that focuses on, for some odd reason, I think this might have something to do with the fact they're trying to appease Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. They've created two terms which I find extremely problematic and frightening. One is religiously motivated violent extremism, or RMVE, and the other is individually motivated violent extremism, IMVE. And these are so-called threats. And the people who are grouped under these two terms, this terminology, are essentially parents who are opposed to gender ideology indoctrination in the schools. So if you don't want your child to change their pronouns without telling you, if you don't think a 12-year-old should have a sex change operation or start puberty blockers at 14, then you're a violent threat to society. And it actually uses words like this, increasing the risk of extremist violence against the communities. It actually makes the statement. And without any evidence, CSIS suggests that if you have issues with gender ideology or anything to do with the LGBTQ agenda, that these are beliefs stemming from misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, religious interpretations, conspiracy theories, or a generalized fear of social cultural change. So, in other words, if you don't like Pride season, which now extends throughout the whole year in Canada, if you don't think the Trudeau government should be giving hundreds of millions of dollars to go after parents who oppose gender ideology, then now you're a threat to national security. Where have you heard this one before, Clayton?
Well, yeah, straight out of the United States, of course, and also straight out of Canada's rule book as it relates to the trucker convoy, right? So they get all of these individuals lumped together in one large group. And so I guess I'm curious, you kind of touched on it a little bit here, but what evidence does CSIS have that a parent who opposes having their child's genitals cut off is somehow then going to what? Go postal? Is going to grab some sort of a large amount of firearms and is going to go and hurt other individuals? Like, what evidence do they have that that's actually occurring?
Besides listing one occurrence in Canada in 2023, where a gender studies professor and two students were attacked by a knife-wielding individual who was then charged. And that's the only evidence they have. And why did this incident have anything to do with homophobic ideas or transphobic ideas or religious notions or conspiracy theory? To answer it truthfully, Clayton, there's no evidence. They have one incident that they might be able to link to this religiously motivated violent extremism or individually motivated violent extremism, but there is no evidence presented for any of these categorical assumptions made in this report. This is no different than the FBI showing up at school boards in the United States and targeting parents who think critical race theory maybe a bad idea as domestic terrorists. Now, if you don't want your child exposed to this kind of crap in kindergarten, now you're a potential domestic terrorist in Canada. And this is the same game plan. And I want to, before I forget, it's very coincidental, or is it, that this report is released 2 weeks before this terrorist alert from the State Department came out that you covered so well and redacted yesterday. 2 weeks before, CSIS comes out and says, hey, these people are domestic terrorists. Watch out. They're going to be doing things not only in Canada, but around the world. I think this is the Five Eyes again. This is the sharing of intelligence by Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the UK, and the United States. This is the reason the United States came out with this terrorist alert for LGBTQ pride parades, because hey, there's all of these domestic terrorists in Canada, and they could be threatening your life if you're at a pride parade. There's no question in my mind that there's a link here between the Five Eyes, again, working behind the scenes for policies and ideology and woke ideas that Justin Trudeau wants disseminated.
It would be refreshing and interesting, actually, to hear that these intelligence agencies come out and issue alerts about individuals who have gone on these types of medications, puberty blockers, and also antidepressants, as we've covered extensively here on Redacted. And the number of large-scale mass shootings that have occurred in the United States carried out by these individuals who've been on hormone, puberty blockers and other transitioning medications. These trans activists, of course, and transgender individuals who've carried out a number of mass shootings in the United States. Of course, you'll never hear Christopher Wray at the FBI come out and talk openly about this problem. In fact, though, it's the Catholic church groups, it's the school board meetings, it's parents who are concerned about transitioning children without parental consent. They are the largest and most concerning to the Department of Homeland Security and now to Canada, it seems.
Well, I don't know anybody who I personally know who is opposed to gender ideology indoctrination who would even think about going to a gay pride parade and start disrupting things even, and certainly not even considering a violent act. So this is all manufactured. But you know what, Clayton, what this comes down to is CSIS is worried about government support. It's worried about losing tax dollars because Trudeau's mad at CSIS right now, because he's mad because a whistleblower within CSIS talked about all of the Chinese election interference. Trudeau has definitely said he wants to get that individual within CSIS. Why isn't CSIS doing his job? Trudeau has said increasingly. He is upset that CSIS went public, that they told Trudeau about the Chinese election interference, and he apparently wasn't listening or didn't read the reports. So what is going on here? Well, there used to be a concept in Germany between 1933 and 1945, and it was called working towards the Fuhrer. And what it meant was bureaucrats and administrative people within the government would anticipate what the leader wanted. They didn't need to get the orders. And this is what's happening with CSIS. They haven't got a written order from Trudeau saying, go after these parents who oppose transgender ideology in the schools. Go after these parents who don't want the pride flag waving in their school 12 months of the year. They're saying, how can we make Mr. Trudeau happy? We'll target the individuals that Trudeau considers to be public enemy number one. And who's public enemy number one in Canada? Parents who oppose gender ideology. That's the flavor of the month right now. At one time, of course, it was truckers who opposed COVID-19 mandates. They were those domestic terrorist threats. Now it's parents.
I'll get you out of here on this, David, because part of your piece, you talk about the action plan, the LGBTQ+I action plan that the Trudeau government has awarded millions of dollars as part of this purge fund that targets hateful parents who targets hateful parents that are opposing gender ideology, as you write in this piece. And so what is this purge fund, and how are they targeting? I mean, are they like just monitoring their online media posts? Are they going to meetings? How exactly are they targeting these parents who are opposed to gender ideology?
They're targeting these parents by smearing these parents with made-up articles in newspapers, on social media, television reports that suggest these people are domestic terrorists. They had a communications firm bought and paid for this to suggest that if you're against gender ideology in the schools, there's something wrong with you. You must be homophobic, you must be transphobic, and you must have violent intent against these people. So it's a smear campaign is what it is against parents. And in the last budget, $150 million more to promote LGBTQ ideology everywhere in Canada. And that means the pride flag will be flying all over the country 12 months of the year, because we no longer have Pride Month, which is supposed to be June coming up. Trudeau said we have Pride season in Canada. That's at least 4 months. It's becoming a whole year. And if you have any problem with that, if you don't think a flag should be flying except the Canadian flag at your mayor's office, at your high school, then you've got the problem, according to Justin Trudeau. You've got some deep set problems, and he's going to punish you for that. He's going to send the spy agency after you. It's bad enough that we're targeted by the RCMP. Now he's got the spy agency after Canadians.
It's unbelievable. We need more. We need more celebrations of LGBTQ+. We need more trans flags. We need more. This is exactly what the Trudeau government wants. You don't have enough of it right now. You walk down Canada's streets, it's almost impossible not to trip over an inflatable penis right now. That's what Canada is dealing with. Try doing that in Vancouver, for crying out loud. You won't be able to walk anywhere. But you need more of it in Canada, thanks to Justin Trudeau. This is absolutely outrageous. And they're using taxpayer dollars to do it right now. At the same time, doctors, they have a doctor crisis in Canada. People are paying exorbitant amount for groceries. Housing is ridiculously priced right now. Energy costs are skyrocketing. But you need more gay pride flags all over Canada. David. Thank you, as always. I encourage our audience, go check out David's great piece. We'll link it up in the description below over at the Post Millennial. Great reporting, as always. David Clayton up there in Canada. Thanks for keeping it honest and keeping it sane up there. Thanks, David.
Thank you so much, Clayton.
I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. You know, YouTube thinks that you'll actually like this next video right here. It's personalized based on your own viewing habits. So if you watch the video, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. And we will see you next time, everyone.